let's see. I think she dropped off, but I think okay. I'm going to ask to unmute. Looks like we're recording. I think Diane left us. All right, so we need to get back to Citrix workspace. Let's see. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Where am I going here? All right, back. New share. All right, let's see if I can get to the right screen. I can never figure out the screen I'm supposed to share with you here. No. New screen. New share. Whiteboard. Can you see anything on my computer yet?
I see the welcome to Zooming.
Okay, that shouldn't be what you see. Okay, resume share. Okay, resume share. All right, let's see. That's me. I got to find the right screen to share here. I have Cerner up. There we go. Okay, I think I got it. Share. Okay. Now you should see my Cerner screen. You got it? You see my Cerner screen?
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, did you get to work in Access HIM?
We did that yesterday, and we are caught up.
You're caught up. Okay. Yeah, there wasn't too
Yes,
much.
except for the one yesterday. I think they hit the queue today.
Okay. All right. And she's back. The girl that had COVID is back, so she'll probably be able to keep Access HIM. But there's probably a lot in revenue cycle that needs to be done. So what we would start to do is to do revenue cycle. It takes us a little bit to load up for me. So
we do have access for that one?
You should have access now, yes.
Okay, just click on it. Can I open it?
You don't have it unless you've got it in the background on your computer. This is on my computer. What you're seeing is
No, I'm just asking. You want me to open it just to make sure I have access?
You can. If you have a second screen you want to put it on, you can do that.
I have a 32-inch monitor.
Me too. I think one of you is why I got a 32-inch monitor. One of you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got it back in January or so. January, February, I think. Okay, so when you open it, it should look something like this up at the top. Do you see my screen that says Barbara Flynn at the top left? And
No, I'm still seeing the Cerner desktop.
On the Zoom screen or on your screen?
Yes, on the Zoom screen.
All right, it may take a minute to load. Give it a minute because I got a slow internet connection, but if it doesn't, then I'll share. I'll go back and share again. Let's see. Screen sharing. Tell me if the screen changes.
Still the same.
Okay. All right.
Now it did.
Now it changed?
Yes.
Okay. So it says my name at the top, which it'll say your name at the top. Top left-hand corner. And then it should say DWM Clinic Coding. So which one of you was checking to see if it was working?
Wait. How do I get to see my name? Where do I click first?
Oh, the
On the
R, the revenue cycle prod,
Right.
what you would check. Okay, and then
Okay.
once it loads up, you just check on the, or click on the on the R, it'll be on the bottom of your screen. And then this screen should come up. It should look something like this. It should say your name at the top left.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. Did you get, you don't have anything that looks like this at all?
Nothing at all. It's completely dark, light gray.
Okay. And that's in, when you went to revenue cycle?
Yes, I have already opened it.
Okay, so, so I'm going back to, let's see, let me go back to sharing. You might be able to share your screen.
Well, I'm using my daughter's iPad, so I'm in my
Okay.
computer. I don't have.
Oh, well, it probably will not work on an iPad.
No, because I'm looking. I'm using my work computer,
Okay.
but I'm a Zoom through my daughter's iPad.
Okay, you're zoomed to the iPad. Okay, and you
Yes.
Okay, but you've got everything installed on the other one. On the
Yes, on my work computer. Yes.
Okay, so let's see, share. All right, back to here. So you went to revenue cycle prod down here. You've got the Cerner screen up again now. You see?
Yes, I opened that one.
Okay, and you went here. And this, you got the Cerner emblem that came up like this in the center, like it was loading it.
Yeah, it's already open. I have it already open on my computer.
All right, well, I reopened it, so I made sure I was following the same path you were. So take it a minute. And it says Cerner Millennium and all that stuff. And then down at the very bottom, well, actually, it just should come up. And when this comes up, you get nothing. Are you seeing my screen now that says my name on the top on the Zoom screen?
I'm still seeing the Cerner desktop.
On the Zoom screen.
Yes.
Okay. So let me share now. It may take it a minute to load on your other screen for the first time, but if you're getting a gray screen. So did you let it continue to try and load?
No, I have it completely open.
Yeah.
It's already open.
And it doesn't even have your name at the top, huh?
No. On the left top corner, I have a picture with a magnifying glass.
Okay.
I have a calendar.
Okay.
I have some envelope, my workflow, charge batch entry, referrals, administration, create remittance, and account search.
Okay. And nowhere on that thing does it have your name.
Nothing under my name. No.
Okay.
The way you have it in the Zoom meeting right now, I don't have it like that.
Okay. You want to try it, Sam, and see what you get? The good thing about this is that they are on a different time zone than we are. So they might still be able to fix this.
Look, I'm gonna send you a picture through your cell phone if you don't mind.
Yeah. Let me see. All right. I'm going to go ahead, since we got this time, and do the training anyway. And yeah, this probably is a setup screen. I can't really read what it says. So yeah, because it's so small on my phone. So it's,
Yeah, you got my text.
yeah, I got it. I just can't read it. I can't read what's in the picture because it's so small. It looks like it may be the setup screen so that you have to set up your parameters. And I think Susan has done that in the past for us. So Susan Jennings. So I'm going to record this and let me go ahead and show you how to do it. I know you don't have access right now, so maybe she can set you up pretty quickly and I'll show you how to get started even though you don't have access. So it should make some sense. So, and besides, we went through this a little bit the other day, so it might make more sense the second time. So when you get in, you should see what you're seeing now on the screen, only it should say your name at the top. Okay.
Okay.
And then what you will be coding is the DW. If you get two of these, the bottom one is Atmore. You're not coding Atmore, you're coding DWMcMillan Clinics. Okay, so you would click on DWMcMillan Clinics, double click on it. And then you go over here where it says Professional Coding Review. And it says there are 565 accounts in there. And you double click on that. And those are the accounts that'll come up. Now, like Access HIM, some of these go back all the way to June.
Wow.
We're going to start with December again. So what you will see at the tops of the screen is it says there's 50 and there are more items exist. If you go up here to the top right corner, it says 50 more items exist. If you do the pull down menu, and what it said 565 or something. So I'm going to go 800. And so that should show me all of the accounts that are in there because there were 565. And then I'm going to go down to like the December accounts. So once it loads them all up, it'll let me go down, hopefully, let me go down the bar to about halfway. So yeah. She told me today there's a Dr. Moore that isn't doing his stuff, isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing. So, all right. So
that never fails.
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't have that problem at Atmore. We're coding for Atmore. We don't have that problem. So most of the time the stuff is done for Atmore. So, all right, so we're getting close. All right. We're going to go down here to, I'm almost to December. Go down here. Okay, so we're down here to December 1st. Okay. And, you know, sometimes the date of the encounter is this is the status date. The date on the far right, the left column is the status date, not the date of the admission. So sometimes you'll see that it gets put back in here. So what you're really looking for to code is the same date, the date. You want it to be December date of admission as well. So this was the status date was 12/1. This was a date of admission of 12/1. So what you do is you open this encounter by double clicking on it. And it should open eventually. Double click. Okay, here it comes. Okay, so double click on it, it opens slowly if you got a slow connection like I do. I think maybe it opened twice. That's why I got two of them up there. Okay. And this kind of tells you about the encounter. It's an outpatient class. It's a clinic. It's Flomaton. There's two clinics, Flomaton and what they call after hours clinic. So Flomaton is a rural health clinic. So, and after hours is more of an urgent care clinic. And so they're open kind of 24 hours, the after hours clinic. So this is a Flomaton. It's basically a basic rural health clinic, office visit type clinic. And if it was a telemed visit, it probably would say telemed up here somewhere. Okay, but this says in the type, it says clinic, so it probably was a clinic visit, in-clinic visit. Okay, so once you get this open, you go to charges. And this is all the charges that come up. And they have a lot of, I don't know where to put this Zoom screen to keep it out of the way. You know, they do a lot of labs and so forth in these clinics. I'm not sure why some of their clinics don't have any visits on them. I'm not quite sure why that is. I asked that today. There's no visit code on this account. And we don't, and you'll go into the actual chart and there will not be a note in the account either. So it's like the patient just came in to have these labs drawn. So they're a Cerner setup. The hospital is a little bit different than the other clinics. So they must separate the bills, and this is just the labs, and this is going to end up on a UB because the labs are built on a UB. So the labs, the codes are already on here. You'll just need to check them when you go into them to make sure that they're correct codes, okay? So you can see that there's a diagnosis code on all of these labs. So you may need to check to make sure that they meet medical necessity. Again, there is no encoder for these clinics. You can use the 3M standalone that's on the desktop if you need to, or you can just use the lookup function that's in Cerner. There is a lookup function that you saw.
Okay. Barbara.
Yeah.
If on the bottom by the charges they're missing like any diagnosis, what do I do?
If there's no diagnosis by the charges, it needs a diagnosis. Needs a diagnosis code. But if there is no, I'm going to show you how to find it in a minute, but hopefully they wouldn't have been able to do a test without a diagnosis code. So I haven't seen one yet that didn't have a diagnosis code. So remember that I said the first thing said that you have to open the chart before you open the charges. So if this was an actual clinic visit, you would open the clinic visit to get to put the codes in. This is only labs, as you can see. There's only 80,000 codes on here. There's no 90,000. Okay, so to look in Power Chart for these codes, you would actually go into Task, open Power Chart, and I'm just going to show you where it is. They're going to be the same because this is electronic order entry, so they're not going to be any different. If you go to Orders down here, okay, this account, which was what, 12.3 or 12.1, here's all these tests I've done. Okay, so the first one is testosterone. So if I look up this testosterone that's down here, and I bring it up, and I go down to the bottom, the diagnosis code is going to be what's on there, what's in there for it, which is the E29.1. And there may be a 11.9. So those are the same codes that are on that lab. So for these labs, you can pretty much just finalize them, get them off. Okay, you don't really need to do anything. If there's no visit code, you just can finalize them and get them off. Now, so how to finalize them? I'm going to close Power Chart by Xing out of it here. Okay. And so nothing needs to be done to this because there's no visit code. I'm going to use this little arrow over here on the right-hand side, the little squiggly arrow, apply action code. When you put your apply action code, let me put this over here so I can see it. Okay, here in this box, you're going to put CRC. That brings up a couple.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't see that box. Where did you go?
Okay, let me get out of it. Okay. Okay. So this box comes up after when you go over this little arrow over here at the side, the little squiggly arrow. Here, let me go back. The squiggly arrow over here on the right-hand side is, if you hover over it, it says apply action code.
Okay.
Okay, so you click on that.
Okay.
And I'll move the box so I can see it. And then under action code, click in that box and put CRC. And then this box comes up and you're going to use this one that says coding review complete.
Okay.
None of the others, just the coding review complete. Okay. Coding review complete. You can double click it, it puts it in there. You don't have to put a comment in. Everything's fine. You don't have to put any comments in, and then hit OK. Just to make sure your access is okay, once you do that, you want to go to this pull down box up here at the top where the patient's name is, the little, where you have the 3 squares up at the top. You want to use that little arrow the first few times and go to billing holds. Make sure the billing hold came off. If it didn't come off, if it still says there's a professional coding review waiting or whatever, or coding review waiting, then you didn't get the billing hold off and you need to take it off. But if it worked, there should be nothing here when you go to billing hold. So you don't have to do that on every case, but if you do that and there's no billing hold on there, then it should be working fine. Then you can go on to the next case. Okay, like in Access HIM, you can use the down arrows to go to the next case if you want. Okay, but the up and down arrows are over here on this right-hand side. So I can go to the next case over here by hitting this down arrow. It's loading the next patient account. Now let's hope, now see, this is how it comes to you with this professional coding review on there. And when you hit that CRC, you took that off. Or when I hit the CRC, that took that off. Okay, so this is a new account and it just took me back on the new account to the same place I left off in the previous account. So this one I'm going to go to charges. And this is another one with the general lab. You don't have anything else to code from because there's not going to be any documentation in this record. It was just a lab. Okay, so you're just going to finalize it. Okay, CRC, go to this one, CRC. Okay, I'm going to check and make sure my billing hold came off. And it may take it a minute. So let me go back here and then back here, see if it took it a minute to take it off. Well, it didn't take it off. So I can also take it off here by hitting remove billing hold. So,
okay.
If the billing hold stays on there, then it wouldn't let me take it off because it's really already taken off. It's just it's still appearing for some reason. So if I go back to this record in 15 minutes, it won't be there. So, all right, so I'm going to go to the next record. So I'm just going to go down to the next one. And there is a kind of a shortcut. You can, you know, if you use the snippet tool, you can copy the account numbers and paste them onto your log sheet if you want when you get in here, so that you don't have to write them all down if you're doing them sequentially. But you two are going to be working at the same time, so you may run into each other. So you may have to write them down so that you're not writing the same, you know, using the same numbers. Okay, so here's the next account. So I'm going to go to charges. This is another one with general lab. You got the Z20 20828. So you know they did a COVID test. Now this one may be a
Yeah.
little bit more complicated because I may want to see if the COVID test produced anything, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so in this one, I may go to the task and I may go to power chart and I want to see if I can find the results. Okay. And let's see, I think you can go, let's see, I'm trying to think of where I can find the COVID test. I haven't looked for them very often here. Maybe under results review, but let me check. I think they put them in a special place on these, so let's see. Come on, technology. And Cerner, it's a good one to give you an example. The date range goes like 2 days back from where your present day is on this. Okay, you can see this, right? Okay, if you want to change it, you can right click on this gray bar that says December 13th to December 16th, and you can hit change search criteria. And then you go to change to admission date, and then hit OK. And so it goes back to the date of this actual visit.
Negative.
Yeah. Well, this was, yeah, COVID test was negative. So this is fine the way it's coded. So, so this one can be finalized also the way it is. So you're just going to go hit the little arrow again. Click CR.
Okay. Before you do that, if the patient is positive, how do you change the code from the?
You can add a code. Okay, that's a good question. You can add the code. So you can, let me cancel out of this. Cancel. Where are we at here?
Just add it?
You can add the code the same way you will add a code when you actually have a visit, which we haven't gotten to a visit yet. You go to the actual line that has the charge here.
Okay.
So modify charge.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then you go to codes. Then go to diagnosis codes. And where it's blue here, go there. And here you can put the actual code in, U071. That's what it is, right? Is that the right code, U071? I can't remember. It is the right code, isn't it? Search.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You could have
I didn't put the decimal point in it. It requires the decimal point. It requires the decimal point. So, okay, and then you would hit select, and it would add it to it. Okay, that's all you have to do. So it's a little bit different step than it is in Access HIM because you have to hit it like twice. In Access HIM, you don't have to hit it twice. So you have to, it kind of asks you, makes you verify it to get it to go in there and to get it to go on the other one. So, okay, that's how you add codes. And you can delete codes. You can go in here and hit, you can X the code out and delete the code. Okay.
Okay.
You can adjust the code by adding, changing the numbers. So, and you can move the order. You can move them up or down. You can move this one down by going up.
Okay.
Okay. So that's all done in here. And this is code specific. So this is for this particular line item charge. These are the codes for this line item charge. So this is for 87635. These are the codes for that particular charge. Those are the codes that are on that line. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, so we'll cancel out of that. Everything's fine the way it was. So we will finalize it. Go to the action code. We're going to CRC it. Oops. Hit OK. And then we're going to go to the next one. Okay. Go to charges. See what we got here. Same thing. A lot of COVID tests. So let me see if I can find one that has a visit on it, because we're just spinning our wheels doing these. So I'm just going to go past some of these and do the ones with the visits, or find one with a visit on it. Ah, I got a visit. I have a visit. Okay, so here's one with a visit. 99212 is charged. Okay, so this one is a visit that you would have to check and make sure that the codes are correct and that all the codes are on here. Okay, and that they're in the right order. So this one is, you're gonna
we need the external code anyway.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I think we need the external code.
Oh yeah,
I think we need the external.
Yep, external cause of injury. Okay, so we're going to go to task. Remember, you have to, before you can mess with this charge, you've got to open power chart, because it won't, once you open this charge, it won't let you open power chart. So go to task, go to power chart, then go under notes. Then go double click the date, which was 12/1. And then there's everything, all the documentation for 12/1. And what you're looking for is this clinic office note. That's the physician documentation, or the provider documentation. In this case, it's the CRNP. Come on, open up. All right, so there we go. It's a pretty good note. So 13-year-old female presents today with complaints of back pain, was present for 2 days, reports platter last basketball game. I'm not quite sure what that means, but that's what you get for voice recognition, medical transcription. Anyway, so they have muscle strain. Patient was doing it during a basketball game, I assume, 2 days ago. Pain started, taking the over-the-counter NSAIDs. So yes, it needs an external cause of injury code. They have, limited past history because of the fact that they're only, 13 years old. So this one you would code the E code, or the mechanism of injury code. And you would do that by looking up the codes, of course. I think I've got TrueCode open, so I can do it. Strain, right? Let's see. So you go back to the visit. You go to, and you can keep them both up, power chart and the visit. You got to modify charge. Did we lose you, Sam? Or you just turned, oh no, okay. You can turn your camera off. I just didn't know whether we lost you. So, okay, so go here to codes. Go to the ICD-10 codes. And this is where we're going to enter our codes. I'm going to look it up in TrueCode because that's what I got. And let's see. Okay. Injury. Okay, so we got a X50.9 XXA, X50.9 XXA. Everybody agree with that? X50. Oops, I left out the X somehow. There we go, overexertion.
The patient was complaining pain in the back, right?
Yeah, but they've got that coded already.
Doesn't make no sense.
Right. Yeah, they don't have the body region, unspecified body region. You're right. They didn't specify the body region. So I was so worried about the E code on there, I didn't do it. All right. So I think it called.
Can we also put the activity?
They said it was muscle strain, I think is what the thing said. So, but they said where it was, muscle strain. But it was in the back. So this is typical that they coded it the physician coded it muscle strain, not a particular location. It should be muscle strain back. So, well, let's go here. Muscle strain. Back muscle strain. All right, so we have S39012A. S39012A. S39.012A. So this is where you have to put it in. You have to hit enter. It shows up in italics, and then you have to hit the add. That's something you don't have to do in Access HIM. And I'm going to replace the code that was up here. So I'm going to move it up, and then I'm going to delete this one. Okay. And then I'm going to put the basketball thing in there. Let's see where I got sports injury, whatever. Give me, I don't code E-codes very often. Sports. Injury caused from Indian tackle in sports. Nope. I have a hard time finding them in true code. I think you're going to get basketball though. All right. Activity, victim, and event, sports, playing. Here we go. Activity, other involving other sports or athletics played by a team or group. Okay. Y9369. I got it. It's gonna, no. Is it gonna have an XA on the end of it? I don't know. No. Y9369. Search, select. All right. Okay, so I think we're done with this one. You think we're done? Everybody okay with that? I don't hear anything. Here's power.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Yes.
Okay, we're okay. All right. So we're done. So you hit, so we go to okay. All right, so our codes are in here that we put in. Okay, got those in, and then we hit okay. And what it does is it credits the first one with the code that they had in there originally. It credits that charge and it posts a whole nother charge with the new codes on it. Okay.
But do you have to delete the first one?
Huh? No, the first one's credited. See, it says it's credited.
Oh, okay, okay.
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 Also, in that same screen, if you were going to add a modifier because there was a procedure like an infusion or something, you would do it in that same screen, but you do it on the CPT code. So I'm going to reopen it again. So you go to codes, and if I wanted to add the modifier 25, I would go to this 99212, click on it, and down here it says modifiers. I could put the modifier 25 right down here. Okay? But I don't need it on this one.
Okay.
They didn't have it, but that's where you put the 25. Okay? All right, so this one's done and ready to go. So this one, you're gonna hit the same button. We're gonna CRC. Gonna double click it, and we're gonna hit OK. And we can go to the next one. Any questions?
No.
No? Okay, so you've got the two different accounts. That's pretty much it. Except there may be some that have both, that have labs and a visit, but I suspect that they're being separated, it looks like. Let's see, let's go on. This one with charges. Okay, here's an office visit with labs. Okay, and this one, I can tell you, it may not be appropriate to do a urinalysis for hypertension. So this one, you may need to look at whether needs to be a code added to this urinalysis, because I-10 may not be enough.
Okay.
So you can add codes to these lines by doing the same thing we talked about. You can add these codes to these lines by going like this. Let's see, what do they have? Hyperlipidemia and hyperthyroidism and something else. But if you want to add those, you do the same thing. You go to modify charge and codes and click on here on the I-10. You could put E78.5 and you hit add. Okay, and you can do whatever, the E03.9 for hypothyroidism, and because they were all on the same visit, right? They did these at the same offices. So the diagnoses for the office visit should carry over to all the labs. So it's appropriate to be able to add those.
Right.
Add the Z12.5. So let me go back over here. I put it in the wrong place. Come on, come on. Come on. C12.5. C. Add. Okay. And it'll do the same thing when I hit OK on this one. It will credit the charge and add a new one with the new codes. Okay. So this one will have $0 and so forth. So you can just add the other one. So we can do the same thing to this charge if we want. Modify charge. Come on, modify charge. Okay, there we go. Oops, cancel. Modify charge. Modify charge. Codes. Sorry, it's a little slow. All right, E78.5, add E03.9, add, and Z12.5, add. Okay. Okay.
Do we need to see the office notes on this?
I was just adding to the labs. This one we haven't coded yet, have we? So this is
No.
12.5. So I was just adding them to the labs, but yeah, you want to check and see if there's anything missing. So this one, we'll do the second one also. So same thing, we're going to look at we need to open power chart because this power chart that's open is not this record. So I need to close this one. Stop. There we go. All right. Remember, you can't, once you open the charges, you can't open the record. So I'm going to go to task, power chart. Okay. And it'll probably be about the same as on the bottom of the note. Go to notes. Go to clinic note. All right. Diabetes, glucose in the 300s. Well, that's not the same. Right. Came in for their glucose is 300, refilled medication, out of medication for a couple of days. Patient having elevated BP. Well, that's what the hypertension was for. Need refills. Okay. So I don't see there where they coded the non-compliance, which they should have done that. So Z9119, that. Okay. So we already know we have some things that we should be able to code here. So I'm going to go over here to my charge. I'm going to right click on the charge. I'm going to modify charge. I go to codes. I'm going to go to the ICD-10 codes. And I'm going to add my codes here. So let's see if I can get both of them up on my 32-inch screen too. I can get them side by side. Okay, let's see if I can get this over here. Okay, whoops. All right, so we've got Z9119. Add that one, we know that one's not on there, and we're going to, those are there. The diabetes, which is really important, which is out of control, E65, and I can reorder them later, so I'm not gonna worry about the order until I get done. I get in the habit of doing that anyway. I always code everything as I see it, and then I reorder it later. That's just my way of doing it. E55.9. Okay, that looks like all of those. And they have this nifty little thing up here that says ongoing problems on the top of this, on the top of their power chart note. Sometimes there will be something up here that will show medical necessity of some of the stuff they do also. So, but there's nothing really major up here unless you want to code the body mass index. But they didn't say they were obese, so I probably wouldn't bother with it. I don't code BMI unless they say they're malnourished or they have, obesity.
Obesity.
Yeah. So, so now I'm going to put them in the right order. So I'm going to, I think the diabetes is a little bit more important than some of the other stuff they've got here. So I'm going to put it up here closer to the top of the list. Where is it? Where did it go? There we go. All right, so it's at the very top. Let's see. Where did it go? All right. It must be on there twice. I must have it on there twice.
And you do.
No, I must take it off. Okay. All right. No, I don't think I have anything else on there twice, so I think it's good. Okay. So done with that one. Coded everything that was on there. See, I'm going to look at these labs again just to make sure there's nothing funky on the labs. Okay, they only did CBC and urinalysis. I think we're okay on those. Okay. Hit OK. OK again. Get out of that screen. hit, you say it credited the charge for the office visit. And now I've got the one with my codes in there. The E1165 is number 1. Okay, and go up here and hit the action code. Put the CRC in. And hit OK. Okay. That's all there is to it.
Okay.
You guys got any questions? We've got about 9 minutes left. And
no, I think I got it.
okay, so if we can get you access, then you know what
Right.
you're doing. So,
We need to practice first.
right. So as soon as we can get you access, we can do it. So I assumed when I got access, because I didn't have access to DWMcMillan's clinics before. I got that over the weekend. So so I assumed when I got it that you probably got it too, but evidently you didn't. Sam, did you look to see whether you had access? Sam?
He sent me a text showing me the same thing, the same way I have it on my computer.
Okay.
Yes.
He doesn't have it either. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I did send her an email. Let me see if she answered me here. Let me go back. Okay. They have. Okay. No, she didn't answer that one yet. So I'll keep after. I'll let you know when she tells me it's turned on. And she also needs to, you may have it, she just doesn't have it set up, I think. I think that's the problem. So, you know, it needs to be set up with the parameters. So, so she needs to set up the parameters for you. So as soon as that gets set up, I will let you know.
Okay, and send us the video too, the recording, please.
Okay, I will. I will.
In case I don't want to be bothering you.
Right. And what I do is I have to upload it to YouTube. You got the last one, right?
You did send it, but then when I tried to open it, it says access denied. I couldn't open it.
It should have been, you should have been able to open it as a YouTube video. You may have had to put your email address in. You're the right.
Okay. I'll double check again with the other one.
Yeah. So anyway, I will send it to you. But it looks like you did okay if you finished them off yesterday. So.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of the accounts missing, waiting for the clinic office note.
What now? What'd you say?
From the others, from the ones that we did yesterday, there's a lot of accounts that they're waiting office notes.
Right. Okay. Right. All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.